Quince is all about elevated essentials that feel effortless. Designed for layering and mixing, each piece helps build a timeless wardrobe made to last. With versatile silhouettes and thoughtful details, they're the kind of styles you'll wear again and again. 100% organic cotton sweaters, premium denim made with stretch for all-day comfort, luxe cotton cashmere blends perfect for the changing seasons. Everything you need for a wardrobe that actually lasts. Quince works directly with safe, ethical factories and cuts out the middleman so you're not paying for brand markup, just high-quality clothing. Quince uses the highest quality materials like 100% European linen and organic cotton. Everything is built to hold up season to season. One of the big staples of my wardrobe is the Quince Mongolian cashmere sweater. I recommend getting the oversized crew in black and oatmeal. It goes with everything. Refresh your wardrobe with Quince. Go to quince.com/Kate Casey for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/Kate Casey to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Kate Casey. Reaching your weight loss goals doesn't have to mean completely changing the way that you live your life. What if you could make healthy progress with a treatment plan that included medication, access to 24/7 support, nutrition tips, and tools for tracking movement, hydration, and sleep, all personalized to go at your pace? That's weight loss by Hers. Through Hers, you're connected with a medical provider who determines if treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your treatment plan is personalized to support you in reaching your goals. Plus, you can get access to a range of treatment options, like oral medication kits or GLP-1 injectables. Hers goes beyond medication by offering access to ongoing care, dosage and medication adjustments, lifestyle and nutrition tips, and 24/7 support with no hidden costs or membership fees, and with options starting at just $69 per month with a 10-month plan when paid upfront in full. Hers provides access to options that fit your goals and your budget. Feel like your best self again. Visit forhers.com/Kate Casey to get a personalized, affordable plan that gets you. That's forhers.com/Kate Casey. forhers.com/Kate Casey. Weight loss by Hers is not available everywhere. Compounded drug products are not approved or evaluated for safety, effectiveness, or quality by the FDA. Prescription required. See website for full details. Important safety information and restrictions. Actual price depends on product and plan purchased. My mornings typically start at about 6 o'clock, and I'm usually up pretty late. As you can imagine, I need to be running on all cylinders to keep up with 5 kids and a daily podcast. I am always on the hunt for great wellness products, and you guys, I have a great one for you. I started taking the Super Elixir, a premium daily greens powder formulated to support all 11 systems of the body, including improved gut health, immunity, energy levels, and skin, hair, and nail health. It contains a blend of 40-plus whole food ingredients, probiotics, and minerals designed to reduce body acidity. I love that it's gluten-free, and I feel like I do have healthier skin and nails. I mix it with water or coconut water, and I'm good to go. Super easy and convenient. And the taste, it's original pineapple and lime, so it has a vibrant, tropical, and tangy flavor with the citrusy punch that hides the green taste of ingredients like wheatgrass. And by the way, it's Elle Macpherson's daily elixir for thriving through menopause. Right now, get 15% off the Super Elixir at wellco.com and use the code KateCasey15 at checkout. Try it for yourself and feel a difference within weeks. That's WELLECO.com, code KateCasey15 at checkout for 15% off the Super Elixir. 15% off at WELLECO.com, promo code KateCasey15, first time orders only.
The amazing Kate Casey.
Welcome back for another episode of Reality Life with Kate Casey. Hope that you had a great week because I've got a great episode for you. Back with me today is Chris DeRosa, reality TV producer, co-host of Fixing Famous podcast. I'm not sure we have been this fired up about Love is Blind episodes as we are today. We watched episodes 7 through 9. I know that so many of you joined us in complete disbelief on what transpired over those 3 episodes. And rest assured, we will go through it in today's episode. You may have been watching at that time thinking to yourself, if only I had somebody to scream at. If only I knew someone that I could text about this now. Rest assured, we are your friends from afar. And we are so fired up about these episodes. So for those of you who are not watching, you've lost your minds. You need to buckle up and get ready now. And this is, by the way, a perfect show to binge watch this weekend. Listen, it's been rough in the world. You want to tuck away and watch something and just have your mind explode. This is the thing for you to watch. So we are going to go through each of the couples and why we wanted to throw glasses at the wall. And we will start with Ashley and Alex. Now, Alex is a soccer player and a day trader. He's very evasive about his prior professional accomplishments, his specific job titles, where he lived, and the women that he dated. And Ashley is the daughter of a divorce attorney, and she brings Alex to meet him. Now, I have to say, if your future father-in-law specializes in legally dissolving marriages, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a red flag, maybe more like a flare gun, because what he put him through in that speed round made me feel bad for Alex. And that's not a place that I ever expected to be. And he's doing this, the father, while Ashley's mother sitting beside him in perpetual silence, which was concerning for me. She also has a brother. He says like one thing. I don't know why anybody would be comfortable marrying into a family that has dynamics like this. However, I'm also not a contestant on Love is Blind. I do, however, think that this show could be very helpful in helping people navigate the waters of dating when you're looking to marry someone, because all of these things should run through your head as you consider not only just who you're going to marry, but the family that they have as well. So, yeah, lots of red flags with Ashley and Alex. And can you imagine having to marry into a family where the mother never speaks? And again, Alex is a day trader who wants to coach soccer, a man whose job is gambling adjacent, but whose dream is to be a suburban dad, which I totally would respect if I believed anything that Alex says. So for me to be feeling bad for Alex says a lot. Then we move on to Christine. Her mother meets Vic, and within 5 minutes, it's become clear that she's ready to sleep with him. And that's on top of the fact that Christine has said that she has a very difficult relationship with her mother. She wasn't really good to her growing up. And the fact that she's so flirtatious with Vic is amongst many of the issues that I have. Then we have Emma and Mike. Now, Mike's parents are Italian. And as you can imagine, they want some grandchildren immediately. They want a baby before the antipasto hits the table. Now, Emma has said she's on the fence about kids. And you can hear a record scratch in the background when she says that when she goes to meet with his family. But then she opens up about being adopted and having multiple surgeries as a child. And suddenly the mood shifts and it gets real and it's vulnerable and moving. And you think, okay, this is depth, that this is connection. But then you meet Emma's family. Now, her sister, I got to tell you, sorry, she's the Grim Reaper of motherhood. Imagine you're considering having a child and then your older sister leans in and says something like, I don't know, every piece of my soul has died since giving birth. That is what I felt like watching this scene. It was almost like a TED Talk, Debbie Downer, truly a Hallmark card for the ages gone wrong situation. And then you have Chris. Now, CrossFit Chris. This man tells Jessica, who's an infectious disease doctor who is literally saving lives, that he's disappointed she doesn't do Pilates every day. Sir, she's fighting pathogens and you are fighting for your life in a warehouse gym flipping tires. You have some balls. And then they all go back to the bowling alley, the group meet. And that's where we discover that Chris has been cosplaying like a normal guy in the pods. It turns out he may be one of the grossest contestants in franchise history. And the vibes shifted so hard that it was a recalibration. Now, Jordan, who lives in a house with rotting food and a sword in his basement, a sword, not mounted, not decorative, just accessible, is there with Amber. And Amber still thinks to herself, I would like to marry this man and allow him to be the stepfather to my 7-year-old child. I'm with you. I was going to throw something at the window too. Now, at that bowling alley, Priyanka walks in and we begin to realize that she has some sort of history that predates with Alex. Now, Alex has said he's into women that have darker hair and eyes and skin. And he's now with Ashley, who looks like she could be one of my cousins. So I'm presuming that maybe he wanted to date her. And maybe she said, no, thanks, I'm not interested because I know your group of friends or I know you or you're just sketchy. But they somehow were able to keep it a secret during the production. And that is, to me, going to explode at some later date, and I'm there for that. And then you have Brittany and Devonta. I did not forget about them. Now, they're a couple who seems very sweet together, except she's concerned he's not attracted to her, and he seems quite quiet. They have a lovely dinner with his parents, or her parents, I should say. It's warm, it's supportive, it's normal, which of course means I don't think for a second they're going to get married. It's like, I see all these moments where she's like, I don't even know if you're into me. And then they have this nice dinner where she seems so happy and he seems to love her. And her father's crying. I hope that they get married tomorrow. And I'm like, no, you don't, because this is not going to work out. I think Devonta wants to hit the eject button. I don't think he wanted to be part of a show where he had zero privacy. I think he's an introvert. I think he wants his life back. And yeah, it's crazy to watch. So all of these moving parts together, you've got so many interrogations, you've got maternal questions, you've got CrossFit delusion, you've got swords on the wall, you've got possible off-camera hookups, you've got a bowling alley villain reveal. There's so much to these episodes, and I'm thrilled that you are joining with us today because, again, I've received your DMs. I'm just as enraged as you are, and we can all do this together. So here we go with Chris DeRosa. I sent you a text. I said, I don't even know how you're going to react to the next set of episodes.
I mean, I sent you a text that said my blood pressure is through the roof. Like, what did I say? Like, if we read back, hold on, let me read the text messages that I sent to you, because I'm about to do a tight 30 on that father that we interacted with in these episodes, because I've never. One of my notes is, no, not one person has ever been this diabolical on any show we've ever seen. The fact that, and then I go into it, and I said, like, if we ever again say that someone is diabolical, we need to measure that person to this father, because that's the bar. The bar has been set.
Yeah.
I said, wait, here are my texts to you. Wait, P.S., did you know that your kid stole your phone and texted me?
Yes.
And said, hello.
I found out the next day.
I did not see it at the time, but I saw it the next morning. They said, hello, Chris, we hacked the Kate Casey, and it's them doing kissy faces at me. And then I said, oh my God, this dad on Love is Blind. And you said, oh, it gets more bananas. And I said, Kate, I may have to do an entire episode just on that dad who literally looks like the Jinx. And then I said, my blood pressure is through the roof. And then you said, oh, it gets wilder. And I said, Kate, I can't handle this, multiple exclamation points. And then we started talking about other things in the episode. But oh God, I don't even know where to start. But anyway.
Well, let's just start about Alex and Ashley, because Ashley really is upset with Alex because outside of the pods, he doesn't have his hands all over her. And this is one of these moments on television where I think to myself, it is surprising how people really forget that they're on camera. Mm-hmm. I know people say you just kind of forget the cameras are there, but you have to remember that at some point because it will come back to haunt you. And I just felt like the way she kept begging for him to sleep with her was so upsetting.
Sad. Yeah, sad.
It was so upsetting. I'm like, this guy, you shouldn't be with him. You shouldn't have been with him from the top of the game.
And it's really the saddest part of the whole thing is that she is so beautiful.
She was never going to be what he wanted, and it's completely unfair that he wasn't upfront and honest about it.
Okay, here's me being mad at you time one of this episode. The fact that you didn't warn me of his like horrific sleeve into a chest tattoo is I'm mad at you. I'm mad at you.
Okay. Yeah.
So bad. So ugly.
Yeah.
Like got it just because he's like, I'm going to be a hot footballer in the jersey and I need like a sleeve tattoo.
No, I think that was on his trails throughout the world. He probably spent some time in New Zealand and was like, I want to be amongst the people.
That's even worse. That's even worse. And like,
is there some sort of term for cultural appropriation through the use of tattoos?
100%. It's that. I don't know. Okay. I don't know if there's a term, but like it is. It's so ugly, and then like it just to have it on then for it to match into the pectoral muscle is then part of it, and then for him to have no other tattoos, it's like it's painful. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Painful.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, yowza.
Yowza is right, but before we get into the meeting with the parents, Ashley and Alex have a meeting at the kitchen table, and this guy is pretending he's on like Zoom calls.
Oh, I'm about to go in on this. Is
with
even
the Department of Treasury.
Goodbye. He's like watching the like everyone has access to this, by the way. Also validated. You continue, but this validated everything we said about him in the last episode. About
absolutely.
His work. Anyway, continue.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, basically, he says that he's a day trader, which I believe is he's just an online gambler. Like he's just moving some pieces around the table.
No, he watched Industry once and was like, I can do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he's like, oh, I'm like listening up on like what's happening, which like PS is what they are supposed to do, is be like what's happening in the government, in the world. And then like they trade stocks based on like what's going to happen in the world. Like he is right to be doing this. However, when we later get to the dad and the dad's like, do you have are you like legally licensed to do any of this? And he's like, no, which is what we said. I was like, I can be just like anyone can be a real estate agent and not need to have a real estate license. Like I can also be a day trader on E-Trade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can be I can take my Charles Schwab account and like do my trading. That's what he's not. Yeah. He's not the girls in industry
Charles,
who are like
Charlez Schwab.
Yeah, Charles Schwab. Like he's not like at like Peer Point, you know what I mean? In industry,
sure is not. No.
Trading like based on like the markets and the government and the pound versus the euro versus the dollar. Like he thinks he's like really doing stuff, and this conversation exposed that he's clicking keys and like saying that he trades and is. But again, I'll continue and then I will.
Clicking keys in another world. Do we think that it was like? What do we think he's actually got on a screen? Is it Fortnite? Is it Pornhub? Is it People Magazine? Is it Perez Hilton? What's going on?
I'm sure he's actually watching the thing, but because then he is doing an Instagram reel, being like, "Here's what's happening in the market today." Like so and so said this. Like he thinks he's like, the Wendy Williams like hot topics of like what's happening in day.
By the way, that may have been his entire dream to go on this show.
Sure.
Right.
But also, too,
finance bro TikToker.
And again, if you're good at this, you can make a shitload of money. Yeah. Like, if you're good at trading stocks, like, you can make a shitload of money.
Sure.
There's, again, the show, I keep saying industry. The whole point of industry is that they, like, it's this, like, dog-eat-dog world of them, like, being stockbrokers and, like working at a hedge fund where their entire job is to, like, watch the market and try to hit trends before they happen and, like, make pay dirt off of them. That's, like... Yeah. You can make millions and millions of dollars a month off of it if you do it right.
But I don't feel like he's work ethic.
No.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't even want to live in the same place every 3 months.
We'll get there too. But continue. Go ahead.
So basically he's, phoning it in, pretending he's on Zoom calls the Department of Treasury. And I think she's onto his game. And
100%.
He starts to get frustrated because also he demands to know whether or not she can get a job with her company in this city or state in which he would like to live. And she's like, can I get a day so I can talk to my boss? And he keeps pushing her and pushing her. What is wrong with him? Is it because he was raised by a mom who likes to travel around the world? Like he has no idea what it's like to stay in one place. What is he running from? Is he a perpetual liar? Is he running from debt? What is going on?
No, once we met the mom, I was like, oh, okay, like, I get it. The mom was ever, like in, did you watch the show Made on Netflix?
No.
The one, it's Andie MacDowell as the mom, and then what is her name? What's her actual daughter's name? The married
Margaret Qualley.
Margaret Qualley. She's the main character, and then the mom is this like lunatic that's like mentally ill and like always with some boyfriend, and they're like off doing whatever. And her mom just like breezes into her life and like implodes it, and then is off, leaves. And then she doesn't hear from her and for months. And it's like not that the mom is like a monster like Andie MacDowell's character, which by the way, it's such a good fucking show. I know that she was like nominated and got like a Golden Globe for it, but like. Truly, it's incredible. The show, yeah. I like still think about it today. The mom is like, yeah, I'm up in Alaska, like testing rigs. Like she's just like living her life. Like and she said, I don't care about things. I just care about experiences. There's all kinds of people in the world like this. Like I get that we're not those people. I mean, I somewhat am that person based on the work that I do, but like there are people that are like this.
Should you be a parent? Because then it trickles down and now you're dealing with the son who is never going to be satisfied with any woman.
Well, here's the problem is that it's like he is like, I have an opportunity to go work at a job for like 6 months as a coach? Like, because if he's doing the soccer coaching or he has an opportunity for a job, why does she have to uproot her whole life?
Especially if it makes $12,000 a year.
Yeah.
That's a part-time job.
It's not worth doing it.
There is no D1 college that's just able to hire someone that quickly. Give me a break.
It's also, you're not worth uprooting your life for $12,000.
No, friend. How dare you? How dare you ask this woman to uproot her entire life, to move to a different state, away from her family and friends, because you're going to get a part-time job as a soccer player while you're on your Janet Jackson device, pretend you're making financial deals. How dare you? And on top of it, you will not have sex with her.
And here, okay, so here's the problem. And I really saw myself in this like part of it, in the sense that like, I have a job where like I might work in New York, and then in 3 months I might work somewhere else. Like, again, remember I was in Toronto for like months, you know what I mean? Last year, like I was like going back and forth, you know, if I was working on like a show like Summer House, like I'd be like back and forth to the Hamptons every week. You know what I mean? I'd be like not really home. And like up until recently, Hassan had a job that like he had to go into the office, like, or you know what I mean? He was like home. When we first started dating, Hassan had a job where he had to like commute into New York City every day. Right. And like no matter what I was doing, he was like going to his job every day and had like a stable job with benefits, with a 401k, with all this stuff. And I am a freelancer. So it would be insane for me to be like, hey, you know, this job that's like the only stability that we have, like you should quit it and then like roll the dice on finding another full-time job because I want to go like be a soccer coach for no reason. Or like be an assistant soccer coach, like, or be like the ball boy. You know what I mean? What's $12,000 is the ball boy. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. And let me tell you something too. He doesn't really come across to me as like a coaching, like he's not the kind of coach you want, because he's going to steal the ball, do a couple tricks.
And like try to do like a rainbow. Yeah.
And try to show off and talk about the glory years. And like there are coaches who are phenomenal.
Yes.
This is probably not someone who's going to invest all their time and energy into producing a great player, and which requires mentoring. He can't even be a good partner to the person he's in a romantic relationship with.
No. And also just like in general, like that mindset of like wherever I need it, it's very man-centric, which when we get to her fucking father, we'll talk about this again, where it's
which is why I'm worried about her, because she's going to fall into that.
Exactly.
Cycle.
And let's not even talk about the fact that she didn't say one fucking word. I'm coming after her in the next scene. Don't you worry about that.
Of course she didn't say one thing.
She didn't say one word.
Did you look at Jackie?
Exactly. No, we'll get there. We'll get there. I can't do it yet. I can't open the
floodgates.
The floodgates. What is it? The shining blood, the blood coming out of the elevator floodgates that are going to open whenever we get to that, Dad. And I have an aneurysm right here on this very show. But
okay.
The fact that they're allegedly moving for the freelancer of the two of them and not like the person that's stable is not how this should work, is what I wrote in my thing.
Yes.
Like, he should be like, and again, if he has the opportunity to go be the ball boy for like $12,000, like he should then go do that and then come home.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like when I had to go to Toronto for 2 months, Hassan didn't like leave his job or like leave what he was doing and like come follow me. He like continued to live our life here, and I was just gone for 2 months. And he came to visit, and that was that. You know what I mean? Like I didn't tell him to uproot his entire life to come to Toronto for the 2 months that we were there so that I could not see him and be working the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, it's like...
No, yeah, of course.
And then, again, what he should be doing is actually trading these stocks, if that's what he says that he's doing, and like be good at that so that he can then live anywhere. Because in theory, you just need an internet connection. You know what I mean? Yep. He wants to go move around and do this nomadic lifestyle. And again, that he's allowed to go do that. You do whatever you want. That's a major life difference that is in direct conflict.
Right.
And I'm eating it up because that's great, great television. Because I'm like screaming at the TV. I'm like, no, she needs to say to him, hey, you're a fucking loser. Like, you don't make any money. I'm not uprooting my whole life for $12,000. Why is she not running downstairs to the next person's apartment and telling them about this?
I know.
I need that. You know what I mean?
Too.
Anyway, it drives me crazy because I wanted her to stand up for herself, which we've understood that she was never allowed to stand up for herself growing up. So that's why she didn't. But I wanted to jump through the screen and be like, I need you to pipe it down for 5 fucking seconds to realize that she has a real job that it's not feasible. For her to have respect for your lifestyle, you need to have respect for hers and know that she can't just like drop everything and go do whatever. Whereas, and then another example of this. I'm never letting you talk on this episode, by the way, just FYI. And you knew that, inviting me back. Like, I'm about to like go be working on a show and like be working 6 days a week and have one day off a week. Hassan's like, okay, what vacations can I go book now? Because you're not going to be here. Like, bye. I'm going to like go see my friends that live in Australia, and I'm going to go to Hawaii and go live there for 2 weeks because I can. For, you know what I mean? We have friends that live there that he can just go stay with. He's like, let's like let me fill the column up because like I'm not going to be seeing you at all. You know what I mean? And like, that's how we live our lives. And it's like someone that lives this way and lives freelance, like that is my life. You know what I mean? And he's like,
and find a partner that
he's like, why am I waiting around for you to not see me? You know what I mean? Like, he's like, I'm going to go see friends and go do a bunch of stuff and like have a great time. See you on the flip. And I'm like, okay, bye. Like, that's how this works. You know what I mean? You have to, it's not like, let me follow you everywhere and let me go do this. And
it just breaks my heart even hearing that. Yeah.
And me being like, no, you like can't like go on the vacation because I'm jealous and we wouldn't be there together. And you'll probably have sex with every person you see if you're there and I'm not there.
And just sit at the front window and look out the window. And, and drink tea and cry. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so selfish.
That's not how this works. Sorry, you know?
Yeah. Well, it all makes sense later. But before we get there, the fact that she was pleading with him to have sex with her, that's when I wanted to crawl under an arm.
It's like, well, this is doomed. This is doomed.
I just was like, what? And when she said, I'm just so horny, I just thought, is this going to become a meme?
Poor thing.
And like after this, you're going to be dating. And I hope that this is not going to
She's not going to, she sure isn't after everyone fucking see that father.
I know.
I said this, I understand why she's been single this whole time because the dad has driven every single person away. I know why our girl is single because that father has driven every single guy away is my note.
Yeah. Okay, so that brings us to a restaurant. And in walks Ashley's family. Paul sounds like he's a divorce lawyer. Her mother, Jackie, and her brother, I don't know, let's call him Fitz. I have no idea what that guy's name is.
He said one word.
Useless too.
Yeah.
They all sit on one side of the table like they're in a chess tournament. And Jackie I have concerns for. I feel like there's an intervention that needs to happen. The woman's every emotion is run past her. There's nothing left in it. She's a shell of the person she probably was.
First of all, I literally just called you Dominic. Kate, it's too late. It's too late. It is so she has been conditioned to never have any emotion about anything. I thought I was watching the last episode of The Jinx is what I thought I was watching when I saw this father.
Robert Durst. Yes.
Killed them all, of course. It was the next thing I was expecting to come out of his mouth. That is the darkest human I have ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And he was gleefully being a monster. Like he loved it. I was like, and I was alone in the house and I was like looking around like, I was like trying to grab for anything that I could or like anyone. And there was no one there. I was out at sea without a paddle and there were sharks circling me. That's how I felt watching this father interact with another human being.
Well, can you imagine him in a courtroom? He represents people. I'm concerned.
No, and again, he lets that bleed into his. Do I let my producing
that's why
of
his wife
television
has
bleed
not
in?
spoken for 35 years.
She's like, I'm going to be like in contempt of court if I say the wrong thing.
Yeah. Every year I tell myself, I'm going to get better about meal planning. And every year life gets busy and it falls apart. What finally clicked for me is realizing that meals don't have to look one specific way. They just have to fit your life. That's what Marley Spoon does really well. What I love is that Marley Spoon actually adapts with you. Some nights you cook, some nights you heat, some nights you just need dinner done fast. They've got options for all of it so that meals fit your schedule and not the other way around. And here's what I love. They give you over 100 recipes to choose from each week. We're talking comforting classics to fresh, balanced dishes. Marley Spoon has tons of options in their marketplace, from meal shortcuts and drinks to fresh groceries that you can add on every week. And you can find these in every weekly menu. And you've got a few extra minutes. You've got some great 20-minute options too. And my personal favorite hack, the tray-baked dinners. Literally throw everything on one tray and boom, you're done. And they even include the tray. My favorite recent meal from Marley Spoon was the honey lemon chicken, but my kids also love the citrus kale salad with poached salmon. So this new year, fast track your way to eating well with Marley Spoon. Head to marleyspoon.com/offer/Kate Casey for up to 25 free meals. That's right, up to 25 free meals with Marley Spoon. That's marleyspoon.com/offer/Kate Casey for up to 25 free meals. This new year, fast track your way to eating well with Marley Spoon. Head to marleyspoon.com/offer/Kate Casey for 45% off your first order and free delivery. That's right, 45% off your first order and free delivery. That's marleyspoon.com/offer/Kate Casey.
We've all seen the problem with vibe coding a website. It's fast and gets you 80% of the way there, but then you lose hours trying to make the smallest fixes. Wix Harmony changes everything. It's a hybrid editor where you can flow between vibe coding and a precise drag and drop canvas. You can prompt AI to generate custom web components, then take pixel level control to dial everything in. It's all the speed of AI with none of the visual compromise. Try it for free at wix.com/harmony.
When you run a business, there are a lot of boxes to check.
Let's see. Payroll? Check. Inventory? Check. Insurance?
Well, Good Thing Simply Business makes getting small business insurance fast and easy. Just answer a few questions, review your quotes, and get covered in under 10 minutes, all online. It's that simple. Check insurance off your list at simplybusiness.com.
This is what I need to say to you. If the first thing, if that, okay, I don't even know where to begin.
Yeah, this is a painful one. Mm-hmm.
I wrote, doesn't let anyone else talk, thinks he's the smartest person in every room he walks in.
Oh, without question.
And gives the most overused advice ever, all capitals, and then says he doesn't follow it. I wanted to, if I needed to ever commit murder, I would to be in a gang or something. He is the person that has to control every single room that he's in. He has to control the conversation. He said, this is a patriarchy, he said.
He sure did. He said it.
He doesn't care that what anyone thinks about that.
By the way, while giving advice to this couple about how you should, not put your needs ahead of someone else's. And he turns to his wife, again, who has not spoken since 1962. And,
yeah, truly.
And she's blinking at her daughter in Morse code. Get out while you can.
Run, yeah.
If I could be on Tinder right now, I would, but I can't leave this man because he controls every single part of my life.
He'll come after me in the court and I'll have $0.
Yeah. I'm just like my dad. And what you don't realize is he is a monster and you're going to be one too. Get out.
Yes. It was... And then it just kept going. He's like, what about this? What about this?
Next episode... Chris and Kate interview Jackie.
No, literally. She wouldn't even be allowed. He wouldn't allow her to do it.
No, he would not. No. This is podcast. She doesn't watch television.
She doesn't watch anything. No, he didn't let anyone else speak. He was and then he was basically interrogating him. Interrogating isn't even the word for what he did to Alex, which half of me is like, get him. I was like, get him. And then, but then when it went on for so long.
Yeah, then I felt bad. And that is not a place I want to be.
No, don't make me be on his side.
And I was going there. I started to float in the kayak to that side of the street.
I flipped right over.
I know.
And I was like, and then, okay, so now, first of all, then he's like, no matter what Alex was going to say, the dad was never going to be happy with it. And that was what he could have told me that 2 hours before we got to the dinner that he was like, no matter what he says, I'm going to just nail him to the cross, which sure. But we didn't even get her. She's scared to talk about him without him even being there.
Oh, I know.
We didn't even get a my dad's a lawyer. Get ready. He's going to interrogate you. Ha ha.
She's like, you're done.
We got 0%. Warning that this dad was gonna pull a Marsha Cross on him. What's even that this was gonna be Law and Order, SVU. You know what I mean?
I know.
It was, and then he keeps asking questions and it's just attacking him.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, of course, after the seventh time that he was like, and what about this? And what about this? I would be, if this was me, I would be like, all right, dad. Well, first of all, my dad would know to never do anything like this because I would have laid into him. It would never even happen because I would never let it. But she doesn't even give us all right, dad, that's enough.
Oh, no.
She sat there quietly and let her father be an absolute monster to him.
Because she's grown up in a cult and the cult has 4 people in it.
She knows she is not allowed. And as a 35-year-old adult, grow the fuck up, you dumb bitch. This is why you're going to be alone forever because you are still 15 years old in your dad's mind.
Yep.
My parents would never dare. They would never, in general, do that because they're mom. But my parents are more like Patty, which we'll get to. My queen of all queens, Mike's family. Like they're like them more than they're like this.
The minute I met Mike's family, I was like, they're the DeRosas.
Upset. They're not really. My parents don't have accents like that. Like they're not like that. But they're much more like, okay, you're a part of our family now, the kind of a thing. You know what I mean? Like, please, you met them one time. My mom and you were best friends for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even, please. So like, but she is going to be single forever because she can't even stand up to her father and be like, hey, Dad, we're on national television right now, worldwide television.
Oh, no.
Wanna pipe it?
I think he loved being on TV.
100%.
He was like,
he loved it.
Yeah, he's like, this is like Law and Order episode.
They threw him in an interview right away. The minute they saw what he was like, they were like, correct.
Mic him up. Mic him up.
Get in there. Not him and the mom together, not the parents together. Nope. She's not allowed in it. Nope. Just the dad. So he can go, he. I was absolutely terrified of him. It was a horror movie for 30 minutes.
What would you do if you were in the same situation as a producer?
100. Be like, get the dad in an interview now. I'm leaning into. I'm 100% leaning into him being a monster. What are you doing? Going to save the dad? Nope. You're like, oh, I'm letting it ride. Letting it ride.
Show who you really are.
Here's the scene I needed once they walked away from that dinner. Is him going to her and being like, hi, did you want to defend me at all or stand up for me at all in this fucking shit show?
I think he was still stuck in the tornado. He didn't know
the firing squad. Like, they had the conversation. Yeah. Hey, your dad's a monster. Did you want to fucking do anything about it? Oh, you didn't? Bye. Like, I'm walking away right after
because I think he doesn't want to tell her, I really don't want to sleep with you because I'm really attracted to women who look completely different than you. No. This was a good way for him to get out.
But this was the out. Your dad, I can't do this.
I know.
And again, is the dad right about 75% of the things that he said about it?
Like, is he like? That's when I realized.
Is the dad right in every single way? Yes, he is.
But that's when I realized what's happening is Alex doesn't care about any of this. Alex cares about winning.
He's like, I'm done. He's like, I'm done.
No, he cares about winning. That's his personality. That's why he chose her. He thought she was probably going to be the hottest person.
Yeah.
He will go through this whole rigmarole, maybe even into the reunion. He's going to be horrible at the reunion. He's, using this as an opportunity to sleep with as many women as possible. Sure. But this for him was about winning, not about Ashley.
I know, but that's what's sad is that if he was more, he's kind of an idiot, kind of. Because this was what he needed to do is be like, hi, I needed my partner to stand up for me when her father was being like mean to me. Like at one point they started arguing and it was like real.
Because he wanted to win in the argument with the dad.
But the dad was being at a certain point, he's like, I need to stand up for myself because he's like, he's being so mean to me. You know what I mean? Like he's like trying to act like I have nothing together. And I'm like I would have gotten mad about it too. I'm sorry. I wouldn't have just stood there. After that long, I can't just stand there and let this person berate me. I mean, how furious am I? Can you tell? But again, it's crazy that we did not get a scene where he's like, hi, your dad is a fucking prick. I can't do this every Christmas. Where he just lays into me about how I'm not good enough and my career is not good and I'm lazy and my daughter is worth more and blah, blah, blah. And we've had this before on the show where the person's like, are you like going to be able to provide? Remember like the Alexa and the Brennan? Remember he was like,
oh yeah, by the way,
you're like a blue collar guy. I know, sad.
God bless.
But the dad was like, we're rich. Like, can you be rich with her? Like, you know what I mean? Like that was, for lack of a better term, like, can you earn more money than now to provide a life for her that she's used to? Which is fair. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, that's the rest of your, I need Alex to be like, hi, Ashley, I can't live in this with you. Your entire family is terrified to say one word to go against your father. And I had to defend myself and argue with your dad on the first time I'm meeting him because you couldn't pipe the fuck up for 2 seconds. But I can't do this. Bye.
I know.
And I'd be on his side I'd be like doing one of these, like championing him and like wringing my hands. Like, he did it. He sure did it. She is not ready for a relationship because she is already in a relationship with her fucking father. Period.
She's not going to be,
Period.
She's not going to get out of it.
Period. She is doomed to repeat the cycle forever. And I hope she fucking hears this because she needs to understand that she needs to cut the fucking cord.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my, I'm furious about it.
Yeah. I
said not one person.
You know what? There is a part of me that thought she does want to escape him. And that's why she went on Love is Blind, because then she could be sequestered and be away from him because maybe he texts and calls her every other day.
Sure, but like,
You got to come on. Let's go to the therapist. Yeah.
She needs therapy from that father.
Yeah.
My God, what a fucking ugh.
Prayers up for Jackie every afternoon.
Every one of them, every single one of them. That I've never seen someone so diabolical ever on my screen ever in my life, and I'll never see it ever again. He was insufferable.
Yeah. All right. Well, shall we move on?
Sorry, but I needed to do that. Now
I knew. I knew that you needed it. I'm glad that you got it out.
Am I wrong though?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Boy, I would say that I hope he watches it back and then learns from it, but I'm going to say that's not going to happen.
He loves it. He's going to love it.
He's going to be like a watch party.
Well, and then remember when he was like, oh, like, and you're really trying to play the fool, aren't you? Or something. Like, if someone said that to me, I'd be like, what are you doing? I'd be like,
that said, I do think he's right that Alex lies all the time.
He's 100% right. 100% right. But
it's the delivery.
It's not. And again, he wanted to scare him away. That's the problem. It's like, he didn't come here to be like, and then we get to like all these other parents. But what you
get then is that the guy is like, screw your dad. I'll marry you and make you miserable just to prove your dad wrong.
I know. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
And then for him to say about his daughter, my daughter is a horrible picker. He had no one's back. Remember, he was like, put your partner first. And then he was like, I don't do that at all. And laughed about it. Monster. And again, sure, if you don't do that, sure. Like, sure, if that's not what you do. But then don't try to be preachy and do all this stuff and be like, and here's this and blah, blah. And then he's like, no, it's whatever I say goes in my family. And they're all like, God. And all of them were like little fembots being like, Stepford wives. They're all Stepford wives, everyone in the family.
They are, yeah.
God, what a fucking monster.
Well, when we move on to one monster to another, so Jessica and Chris are engaged. Jessica's an infectious disease doctor. She's 38 years old. She's gorgeous. And she's with this loser who wears Iron Man gear. And one wise person pointed out in my Facebook group that he did one Iron Man 3 years ago. But of course, now it's his personality.
And he's like, he has a tattoo, I'm sure, of Iron Man.
Absolutely. And he shames her in this episode and says, despite the fact that I have led you to believe that I would be so happy with you, I can't get past the fact that you don't want to do Pilates every day. And that's what I'm used to. That's what I'm accustomed to. Now, this is a 33-year-old account executive. And I believe he, from the beginning, is the person who believes he should be with someone who's between the ages of 21 and 25.
No, they said that. They said that he dates 21-year-olds.
Oh, did
remember?
They? Oh, okay.
In our favorite scene ever, they were like, in the aftermath of it, they basically say, oh my God, like we all found his Instagram and he dates like 21-year-olds. Like everyone
that's probably where I got it from.
Everyone's told us that he dates like 21-year-olds and 25-year-olds. That's what they all said. Yes.
It was implanted in my brain and I never forgot it. And I was led to believe that it was my own thought, but it was them. And it's because they've seen it and they've witnessed it and they did the research and they've probably received DMs from other girls once the cast was announced on some website. And they are correct because he is a horrible person who masked his real personality, his value system, etc., to convince us that he was into this wildly beautiful, brilliant, amazing woman. And for that, he deserves to fall into a hole.
Here's what I'm going to say. One, you're not cute enough to at all.
No, he's not.
At all to be saying any of this to anyone, let alone this. Nope. She's gorgeous, by the way. Like
and the breakup scene alone, I think that was her prettiest moment. I love the brown dress. Her hair looked great. I was a little bit concerned about the spray tan that was just not rubbed in at the wrist, but I'll leave it there.
We're Ohio. Sorry.
Okay.
We're gonna we have what we have. You know.
Okay.
He's not cute at all. His body's for someone who's a CrossFitter. I'm like, you're not like. What's your body? Like, it's not that great.
His idea of CrossFit is crossing town, on foot.
And he's like the little runt he's like the runt of the.
He's in the back, but then like wears the t-shirt and then talks about it all the time. Yes.
Yes. I'm sorry to do this, but he 100% has a chode. He has a chode.
You did text me that last night.
You know what that is? Do you even know what that is?
I had to Urban Dictionary.
I would lay my life on the line.
I went blind after.
I would lay my life on the line to say that he is a chode. And for those that don't know, it's a small, fat penis. So I would bet anything that he has a small dick and bangs 21-year-old girls because he's older and has a good job and has a nice body-esque. And like they like fall and they're like, he could be my husband. And he like is gross and says is weird and gross with them, and they like are vulnerable, and he bangs them. That's what.
Let's make this a public service announcement for a moment. If you were between the ages of 21 and 25 and you meet this guy and you hear, I'm an account executive, I'm a vet, I do CrossFit, I was also in Love is Blind, I've got a big bank account, please will run the other way. This is not a person that you should be with ever.
And he, oh God, he's the worst. Like, and then he's like, you're fat. He's like, what? Let's see, like, let's boil down what he says there. Yes. He goes, you're fat and I don't want to have sex with you and you're a loser. And she's like, okay. And he's like, and then he's like, but like, we're fine. And she's like, no, like, this is now over. Like, what? Like, you, like, you're not attracted to me. And you said that you like body shamed me on camera and said that you're like not attracted to me. So like, what are we do? Like and then he has the absolute mitigated gall to go to the other guy and be like, she said she doesn't want to do it anymore. It's like, no, you ended it when you said this. Like, you
and her
idiot.
Patience in that moment, the way she was so calm and collected and she was processing what he was giving to her when she knows that she is about 17 levels above this loser. It was unbelievable.
But this is what I need to know. Because I need to hear that. And what I need, when I need to hear it, is because I need her to then run away and then run into the other people's apartment and then like come to her friend and be like,
yeah, you're right. She shouldn't have gone back to her house.
We say this every year, every cycle, every season. But like, I need her to then escape their apartment and go down the hall to someone else's apartment where there's a camera, where I've advanced the camera to get in their apartment, even if they're not filming, and be like, get the fuck up, we're shooting now. And then like, even if there's no lighting and it's bad and it's like, they're not even mics, like I get a boom and like advance a camera into that other person's apartment and be like, okay, go to this person.
Especially because she seems to have a friendship with Breezy. And this is all going to come full circle when Breezy later in the episodes meets up with Chris. And Chris says, I didn't want to be with her because she's not hot. And by the way, you're really hot. Even though you're engaged and you're engaged to someone you seem happy with, this would have been a better choice for you to be with me. And she's going to have to circle back and walk towards Jessica and be a friend to her. And I just want Jessica to watch this and to know you should never, ever... You should never open yourself up to somebody who is such a horrible friend.
No.
Horrible.
And she from the beginning was like, this is weird that we like, I have all this stuff together, but we're like we're going to pretend like we don't have a connection. She was sniffing. She was sniffing around to be like, can we trade these? Like, she's sniffing.
I don't think it's so much that. Maybe there's like a twinge of that. I think it really is her constant need for attention. So she's sitting in that moment and there's a part of her that recognizes this is going to look real bad, but she wants to be desired and have someone pay attention to her so much that she puts herself in positions where she looks like a monster. And that's sad to me. It's sad. And I would never want to be her friend.
No. And then the fact that whenever she's talking to him later at the bowling alley / what we wanted to be a roller coaster park, when she's like, I'm on no one's side. It's like, oh, bitch, are you fucking serious? Like, you need to be on someone's side, and that side is women. That side is women everywhere.
I was mad that that's her nickname, Breezy. I'm like, give me a break. Give me a break with her. Give me a break.
She really fumbled it because she was so fun and I liked her so much at the beginning. And then for her to like not be like, you're a pig. You know what I mean? Like to him,
yeah, but then she showed herself who she really is. And then I started to clock all the other moments in time. I'm like, you were like, the way you spoke to him about his frat house, the way that you were showing off your apartment, the way that you were making fun of the way he cooks food, the way that he kept having to say, I'm just a blue collar guy, that must be in response to some digs that she must be making.
When they were cooking, she's like, look at you go. And then she was like, okay, I need to stop. And he was like, yeah, like stop it. You know what I mean? That was like,
that's going to be a rough one to hear on the reunion.
Yeah.
And he's so cute.
To be fair, his house was a frat house. She's not wrong.
But again, just like Alex and the dad. Yes, I'm like, I could have 100% right. Yes, this guy, and I'm going to rip on Jordan. We'll get to that in a minute. But I then felt bad for him because she was so horrible.
She was horrible, but him having the Christmas tree up still and like the keg from New Year's and all that stuff. She said like he's a boy. He's a boy, and he is, and that's an epidemic in itself. is that like
True.
these men who just like are like, I don't have a woman here to like make a home for me, so I just live like I lived in college, which is the problem.
And his mom seems lovely, and he has these two sisters that are great, and they're
He's never
opinionated,
had
and
to.
I like that.
He's never had to do his laundry before because they've
He
done it
just
for him.
slides in.
Again, but that's a problem. That's not great.
A problem. And by the way, the dad was like, I don't know how we got here. My son is like lazy and doesn't do anything, but somehow he found this girl that's attractive and seems to like him. So I guess that's a good thing.
This is the thing. It's like my parents would be like making fun of me in this situation.
Oh,
like, do you know what I mean? Like, like, which is like what I said when I wrote, like whenever the, what's the couple where she's like mad that he wakes up early and doesn't like cuddle her or whatever. I said the whole family making fun of the girl with the dark hair about how she can't cook is what these scenes should
I like
be.
that family too.
When they're like, good thing you cook because she can't, like, brr, and she's like, I know. And the boyfriend's like, I know, right? And they're all like making fun of her and she's laughing. Like, that's
what it should be.
Yeah. My God. I got a bone thrown to me finally. I was like, Jesus, like.
But I don't think they're going to work out either.
No, they're not. They're 100% not going to work out. But
they're not going to work out.
At least but again, that the dad talking about like when my mother died and my dad was saying like we did like that was so beautiful. And I felt like I was like, oh, finally someone has an emotion that's not anger or like menace. You know what I mean? Like.
You get the feeling like all these families, everyone's kind of like a loser and they've circled back home and they're like, I can't believe we are where we are. And on top of it, this is filmed for a TV show. What did I do wrong as a parent? That's the overall vibe I'm getting this season.
Okay, now
I'm not mad about it.
Okay, now can we get to Mike's family?
Mike's family, the DeRosas? Yes.
They're not, no, but they're not like that. My parents are not like that. They don't have these accents like that. But I
do you think the mom's overselling the Italian? I'm going to say.
No.
I was like, okay, maybe your great grandparents came from Sicily. But
her identity is overselling. When she was saying we don't say calamari, we say calamat, which is like the most.
She's probably born in Hoboken Hospital.
Not even. There's so many people from where I grew up that talk like that. My family does not have that accent, but there's so many people that like I'm at home with these people. I said, okay, now we're cooking with Mike's family, and it says. Where it's like, and it's
oh my God, and the sister who's like, if you don't have children, what are my kids, my potential children, going to do? We were with our cousins. This is the family that I hated growing up because they only played with their cousins. It was like, can you guys do a play date? No, we're going to play with our cousins. You're related to them. You see them on holidays. Can you cut the cord? No, they can't.
It's funny because it's like people that are so Italian, like no one that's like actually speaks Italian says like galamat or like mozzarella.
I'm sure.
It's like that's the thing. It's like that's such an Italian American thing, and where it's like there's people that are like, oh, I actually like live half the time in Italy. Like this is like poser shit. You know what I mean? So it's
they
like
would
funny.
be like, what is wrong with you?
Yes, and you know what I mean. It's like that's the sign of like my family doesn't actually speak any Italian. Do you know what I'm saying?
I bet you don't. They don't speak one word of Italian.
Like, you know, and again, my family included. Like, we don't speak any. Like, the person that speaks the most Italian in my family is Hassan. I'm dead ass. Like, I'm serious. He's the only person that knows how to speak another language other than English, let alone a third or fourth language, which is Italian and Spanish. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm going to tell you what I did like about those parents is that they came on strong. But then once Emma explained, the reason why I may not want to have children is because I was adopted and I had 8 surgeries. I don't know my family's
I could pass it on to my
history.
children. I could do,
Yes. Immediately, they became emotional about it and warm and understanding. And
giving her compassion and empathy.
Yes, I'm going to give them
what we
10
saw
high fives. Yes, that was great.
I said, Patty the mom is a legend. I said, the dad asking if she's ever dated an Italian is legendary. Like when he's like, have you ever dated an Italian before? He goes, this is what you're getting into. And she was like, yeah, I have. Ha. And they're like, and it was like so funny. And then the parents asking her like in the most roundabout way to be like, try to be like very PC is like, are you Asian, basically? But doing it in the most like way that they were like tiptoeing around it to try to be so nice. And then I loved them so much. When she was like, but you don't want to have kids? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Like,
she was like,
already having a breakdown about it, which was like, incredible.
Mike, text my therapist. I need to work through this.
She's never been to therapy ever in her life. What do you mean? She's an Italian woman.
That's true.
She's a warrior. I said, I need cameras on Patty when/if they tell her they don't want to have kids because that's TV, baby. She's going to lay down on the ground and be like, I can't believe this is happening to me. Like I'm obsessed.
But then I felt like a big swing because I was feeling empathy for Emma. with this family. But then we go to meet her family. And then I thought, oh my God, they're horrible. They were so negative. Hannah, the sister, I know I have 2 kids, but I got to tell you, sometimes I still regret it. I'm like, why are you saying such a horrible thing on TV?
No, but because they're speaking the truth, Kate. I know you'll never say it, and you don't regret it at all. But
I know, but that's like, talk about
it's horrible. No, it's horrible.
But her kids are going to watch this one day. You get that, Finley and Levi. They're going to be like, what the hell?
I know.
But also, just like let Emma make a decision for herself.
And P.S.
It's like, come on, lady.
P.S. She needs therapy bad. Like, and not in a way, and not in a nefarious way, in a real, like, because when those parents were like, we didn't even know that you were upset about your humongous, like, birthmark that you had to, like, have your arm, like, shaved off basically for, you know what I mean? Like,
you always seem happy. You would just go down to the basement.
I was vibrating. I was like,
to me, if I watched that on a plane, I had covered my face. I was cringy. And of course you look around because you're like, is everybody else seeing this? And then you realize your phone's on.
Like I was alone in my house with the dad when I was like grasping for anything and I had nothing there. And then for that, I'm like, no wonder she's so fucked up about all this stuff because they never talked to her about it one time.
Not one time. How do you not talk about it? God bless Vic and Christine because they began the conversation about, okay, we're going to have biracial children. What does that mean?
Like, what does that mean?
I feel like that was the only couple that was like, all right, let's really talk about what this marriage is going to look like. But I mean, oh my Lord. Emma's parents, not happy. By the way, Vic and Christine. When Christine introduces Vic to her mom, now she's basically like, my mom's terrible. We have a relationship with her, but we're trying to make peace with the terrible childhood that we've had. And then she's like, it's important that I have kids so they can spend time with my mom. I'm like, but you just said she's horrible. And then also the fact that her mom wants to sleep with Vic.
I forget that they're on the show because they're just so not integrated into the rest of them. And then they come up and I'm like, oh yeah, these two, which like they're 100% going to get married, I'm sure.
I don't think they're going to get married. I don't think anybody's getting married. None of them.
Really? Not one of them? Not one.
Not one. Mm-mm. And I was surprised because I thought for some reason, the state of Ohio, they're more grounded. They're more level-headed. And then none of these 30-year-olds are tethered to the planet.
No, because they've never cut the cord with their parents.
Never.
They've never had to they've never had to leave their comfort zone.
No.
They've never had to, you know what I mean? They still live under the rule of their parents for the most part.
True.
They've never had to stand up to their parents about anything.
They have no sense of identity separate from the family in which they grew up in.
And I'm not trying to look down on them, but like a lot of economically, a lot of their jobs are just like, oh, I have this job. It's like, okay. And I make like okay money for where I live. It's not even any of them are making like, oh, I'm like rich as fuck for living in like Columbus, Ohio. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're all in like okay jobs that are like, like, you know what I mean? That like seemingly none of them really are like balling out of control. And so it's like, they kind of, it's cause they like have fallen in line with their family. They've just kind of like gone along to get along. Mm-hmm. They're not movers and shakers.
No.
Like the one Breeze guy, is it not Gabe? What is it?
Connor
is like, I work for waste management, basically. Like he's a guy I'm the guy that loans out the dumpsters. Like, you know what I mean? And that's my job. And that's a job. Like, you know what I mean? He makes a salary and is what it is. But he's like, that's who I am. Like, I'm not trying to like,
I respect that.
Invent another kind of dumpster that's the most revolutionary dumpster in the world. You know what I mean? Like if they came to New York, that's what they would get is like, I work in waste management, but I'm like on the cutting edge. And I have this like startup that's like for dumpsters that turn into compost bins, that turn into cyborgs, that turn into this, that turn into like a baby, like a daycare center. You know what I mean? And we'd be like, what? Like, he's just like, I work for a company. I like click the buttons on my keyboard and like make sure that the dumpsters get, that the dumpster gets picked up and dropped off. And like, that's my job. And there's not one thing wrong with that.
No, sir.
But like, that's what we're seeing. You know what I mean? And so that is what it is. How about his door? Wait, his door she broke through?
I know.
Get a lock on your door.
Get a lock on your door. What's going on?
Also, you live aren't you supposed to be like, oh, I can all renovate? Isn't like middle America supposed to be like, I know how to use power tools? Like I could have put a lock on the door.
Some of these houses.
And what am I? And who am I?
I don't know. I thought to myself, Wayfair, this would be a really good opportunity to go and do some makeovers.
Incredible opportunity.
Incredible opportunity. Yeah.
Because we weren't even getting Wayfair Dungeon from these places, which is what I expected.
I really thought, oh my God, they could do such an incredible job on Amber's house. Because she's done some renovations and she just needs to spruce the place up.
And
okay, so now we got to go to Jordan because Jordan, I had been so fired up about when
you've
they
been
went
waiting.
back to his
You've been
house.
patiently waiting. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for this whole episode, by the way. But go ahead.
Wow. Okay. They walk into the townhome. At first, I thought I have some trepidation here. I have some concerns. I have a little bit of agita. And you walk in the front door. And there's a plant and a TV and looks like a leather couch. And I thought, I don't know, maybe there are possibilities here. But as we begin to walk through the home, I really did have concerns that maybe he's committed crimes.
His Kill Bill katana sword on the side of the couch.
Why do all of the men of Love is Blind have the katana swords? What is this about?
Because they're losers. Because they're like, I don't know.
Why would someone need a sword for their home?
Listen, at least before it was like, oh, I have these decorative katana swords and they are an art piece, quote unquote. Do I want that? No, but at least it's like, oh, this is an art piece in my home. His was, remember in Kill Bill when she's on the plane and her sword is next to her and has the next seat over from her and it's sitting there. That's what I saw on this, and not in a good way. You know what I mean?
Well, back in the day, and by that I mean 4 seasons ago, you'd have plastic flowers stapled to a wall. Now we're void of that. Now you have a projector screen in a basement with couches that have seen
and Christmas
fluids that I don't even know.
Yeah. No, frat house basement is what his basement was. And he's like,
Chris, he had food in his refrigerator that had been there for years.
Yeah.
He had bananas on his countertop that had become blackened. Why didn't he throw the food out before?
Because they probably won't they're probably not, they don't allow them to do anything.
So you think they're like, back up your stuff. The van's outside. Drop everything. Lock the door.
No. I'm saying I think that he didn't do it because he's an idiot. And again, because he is just he's just a boy. He's just a boy that's been coddled his whole life and doesn't have to do this. And then I think that he didn't think to do that. And then I think when they get home, they're like, you're not allowed to touch your apartment at all because we need to film it for this reason, which is what we want,
And I didn't see the linens. There was a comforter on top, but I felt like if you pulled that comforter back, he had not washed those sheets for maybe a year and a half.
Okay, here's what I need to tell you, Kate. Anyone with a bed that is pushed up against the wall does not want to be in a relationship. If you don't have a nightstand
right
on the other side of the bed, you don't have room in your life for a relationship, period. Period. And that goes for Amber as well.
Oh, she did too.
Hers was big. She had big lots.
I also think if a woman has a purple bedspread, I think the message is, I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life.
Really?
Purple? That's a hard one for any guy to move into.
But again, a bed pushed up against the wall, energetically, people listening, if you're I'm single, I'm alone, I really want to meet someone, should I go on Love is Blind? You shouldn't. P.S. You should. Based on what you're hearing here, you shouldn't. Maybe if I need you to look inward and look outward to your bed, and I need you to look at it, and if it's pushed up against the wall, that right there is why.
Wow.
It's not what you look like. It's not what you wear. It's not your job. It's not, here's what I need you to do. Okay. I need that bed pulled out from the wall. And again, if you don't have a room that fits a bed like that, that's its own problem. We need to now rearrange some furniture. And then I need the bare minimum I need from you is a little 1 foot by 1 foot IKEA, end side table, side table for a bed, for a bedroom.
Yeah.
And I need a lamp and an outlet so the person can charge their cell phone.
Yes.
And you remember, you probably don't, like maybe, but like back in the day when I was in my 20s and like hooking up with random guys and like sleeping over their houses, why was I doing that? Like you would go to the other side of the bed and it was a wasteland. There was nothing there.
Yes.
There was no,
Yep.
I couldn't put my phone in. I had to put it on the ground.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I mean, I always had a rule. If I went to a guy's place and he didn't have a bed frame, like once I got dignity,
if you
I
don't
was
have
like,
a bed frame, you
out of there.
need
If it's a
murders.
mattress on the floor, I'm
Yes.
out of there.
Right.
Out of there.
What about the curtains? What does that say?
I don't love it, but like it is what it is. You had to,
But if someone has just like a rod and then they bought something off of Amazon and it's just like, and also the length of the curtain.
Yeah,
you
that
know what I mean?
matters. Yeah, no, it all
Matters.
matters. But now we're getting into the weeds. The bare minimum is like I need the bed to not be pushed up against the wall.
Okay, Valerie asked a really important question. She said, for those of us that are listening, you've given some direction on shoes and they want to help their husbands out. So you are not enraged by the fellows that are on Love is Blind. What do you want the good people listening to know when they suggest to their spouses about shoe purchases, or for the men that are listening, what is an appropriate shoe choice in order to look pulled together in the year of 2026?
I have not been triggered by their clothing because it's just so basic and they're not trying to like do stuff. Like they're all in just, it's very, again, it's very where I grew up, like hoodies and just like a blue jean and a white shoe. Like, you know what I mean?
I like a Nike Dunk. I love a Nike Dunk. I'm okay with that. That's
and
good.
it just, you know what I mean? Just like,
I know,
it's
but the
just
women
so
that are
basic.
listening, they want to know what they should get for their husbands. So if they do run into you at a dinner place, that you don't look down at their husband's shoe and go, chop that off right now.
Just a white sneaker, you'll never go wrong.
Okay.
Just a plain white sneaker. That's just like I know that everyone loves those like Adidas, like Stan Smiths. I don't need that.
Yeah.
But like just a plain white sneaker that is nondescript.
Okay.
All white and just there.
What about a dress shoe?
Alex wears a lot of those and they're just a plain white sneaker, no flare and just white sneaker, like run of the mill. And his footwear, I've been like, okay, this is like acceptable.
That's acceptable. Okay.
A dress shoe. Okay, here's the other thing that's bad is that it's like they don't need to be business casual ever because their jobs are like, they're all blue collar people. That's the other thing. It's like we're not seeing like, we're not seeing these like, oh, I think I'm like doing something with this weird business casual suit that I bought for $2. It's like none of them dress like that because they all like work. None of them are working in an office.
Okay.
So I'm not triggered by the business casual stuff because it's like I'm not getting listen to me. The Cole Haan, like, I'm a dress shoe, but I'm sporty actually. Throw it away. Throw it away. It's so ugly. A brown shoe in general is hard, actually, in general. But I'm saying even for me, like I only have one pair of like I have a pair of like brown dress. They are Cole Haan dress, like wing-tipped dress shoes for like suits for a wedding that I wear like a formal dress shoe. You know what I mean? But that's not my everyday shoe. I wear it maybe once or twice a year for a wedding, for a very dressy wedding event.
Yeah.
The only brown shoe, like truly like chocolate, like leathery brown shoe that I wear is like a brown and black platform Moschino wingtip dress shoe, lace something that's like fashion. And like I'm wearing with cargo pants and I'm like really bringing a look together. Like just a regular brown, like everyday shoe. It doesn't really work in a lot of modern
outfits.
I'd rather go for a black shoe. I know that brown is more approachable. People think a black dress shoe or a black boot you can wear with almost anything. Anything. With the jean and the hoodie, even let's not even go away from what they're wearing up top. A black boot, and if it has to be one of those, like there are ones that are more expensive, but even like a black zip up on the side boot that's just like rounded toe, nothing special black boot, even like a Doc Marten or like a wannabe Doc Marten-esque boot, will never go wrong with that.
Okay. Well, you heard it here. We ripped it. We ripped the cord. And the great thing is we still have episodes to go.
What's going to happen? This airs. Are people are going to agree with me. Obviously, everyone's going to agree with me, right? There's no, I'm right? Like,
yeah, I don't think any of these couples are going to work out.
I'm trying to think if I think any of them are. You're right. Alex and what Ashley are
Mhm.
not. I don't have any of their names.
Yeah.
Alex and Ashley are not.
Brittany and Devonta are not going to work out because I think he is
He is okay.
coping
Really,
with
I know.
something.
No, he was never ready to be on a TV show.
Yeah. he's
Him
coping
getting up
through
early, and coming into the like going out, and she's like, "You never wake up with me." He's like, "Yeah, because you like sleep in and I don't." If that was a fight with me and Hassan, like we would be not together. We
Right.
never wake up at the same time. We never go to sleep at the same time. Like it never, like we just have different schedules, and that is what it is. He probably has never been on a vacation this nice. He's probably never
maybe
like, so
not.
he's like, I want to watch the sunrise because this is so beautiful, which is great.
He's also an introvert. He doesn't really like to be around people.
I think he wants a moment of silence before all of the people come into the room and are in there and miking him up and cameras. And like, I think he was in no way ready to be on a TV show. And he's been completely overwhelmed by it, which it is overwhelming. You know what I mean? On Ultimate Girls Trip, the women are like, oh my God, another knock on the door. You guys are bothering us again. Like they're overwhelmed and they've been doing it for 20 years. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think like he was nowhere near ready to do it. And then not to be on his side, but she was like, we're not having sex. I'm not ready for that, blah, blah. And so I think he is like, okay, I'm going to like let you lead in that department and you tell me what you're ready for, which isn't right. But I think that's what he did. And then she's now like, well, wait, why aren't you like trying to fuck me? And he's like, because you told me you weren't ready to have sex. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's a weird, it's neither of them are right or wrong, but like the dynamic of them is not matching up. And that's our problem.
Yeah, I just think
he's trying to be respectful.
Really want to be affectionate and intimate at the beginning, walk away.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Those are the good days.
Yeah. But I see where they're
when you don't have like the jobs and the responsibilities and the kids and all of that. Like you can be totally sucked up into one another. Those are like such fun times. And if you're already stressed out about it, I don't think it's a match.
No,
sorry.
Yeah, they're not going to get together.
No.
And then who else is there? You don't think that what is his name like?
I don't think any of them are going to work out. I do think that we should be the hosts of a show where couples come to us and we're sort of like pre-canna, like we're like the pre-wedding meeting, and we're going to tell you whether or not you should get married.
And we're like, no, this is not going to work.
But I want to see, the whole show is like, we get to see where you live, where you intend to live together. You know, we're going to talk about game plans for jobs, et cetera. And then we'll tell you whether or not you're going to work out.
Well, the other thing that's so fun is to watch them fight about. Remember, like Alex and Ashley fought about like the water bottles in the
which is it's just a metaphor for other things.
But again, it's like, would you ever get in a fight with Dan about where he put the water bottles in the fridge? No.
Oh, we fight about stuff like that all the time.
Oh, really? Really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, dishwasher, he thinks I don't stack it correctly, but then he leaves stuff in the sink. Of course you fight about stuff like that.
Like, sure, but like that's not even like worth to me. With us, it's like we like, I don't know. It's
real
stuff like
couples bicker about dumb stuff all the time.
Sure. But them being like, that was like a thing that like they may not be able to get over, was like
my point is, if it's really bad in the beginning, I mean, that's what I've been married for almost, I don't know how many, 19 years.
Oh my God, almost 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, so like, of course you fight over stupid. He thinks my car is dirty in the front when I think my car is really clean. Like you fight over dumb stuff, but if it's at the front of it,
they were like
worse.
I can't believe this is happening to us, that like these water bottles were changed in the fridge. That's like water. That's nothing. Like wait till you actually have when you have something real that you have to get through together.
Well, I think what they're being confronted with is like, I think my life ordered and this person is a hoarder. And those are big problems.
And that's a relationship, is that you have to like, those melding of those things that's a relationship. Sorry.
I couldn't be with a hoarder. I can't do it.
No, you couldn't be with me. Look at all of our shit. We're in a hoarder house. When you eventually do come here, you're gonna run away screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
you're in my house.
It's
you saw the
see.
Conditions in which my children live.
Yeah. Under rule. No, but like that, you know what I mean? It's fun to see them when Brie was like, look, you're cooking, like blah, blah. It's like that stuff. It's like, if that's the stuff, if you're getting mad about that stuff, like when something really happens, like your father's a monster and is mean to your boyfriend.
Yeah, that's
like,
big stuff.
How do you get through that if like you can't if you're getting actually mad about them like making fun of your cooking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
Rut-roh. Well, I'm so excited because we get to keep watching these crazy episodes.
I'm like scared to listen back to this.
I've been dazzled by these episodes. Do I think anyone's going to work out? Absolutely not. Have I been dying under an ottoman? Yes. Have I
don't
enjoyed
need
every
them
minute?
to.
Yes.
Do I need them to, though? Do I need anyone to get married? No.
I don't need them to get married. No. Between this and the Olympics, it has lifted me in a way that other things in the news have not.
Sure.
By the way, one last thing. Amber, you're going to marry Jordan, who has a sword. You have a 7-year-old daughter. You're really contemplating marrying somebody who has a sword in their house?
I mean, it was bad. It was so bad.
It was bad.
And they had these I like those old houses like that. Like that could be cute. I know you don't want that.
Wait.
Those
We're
houses
forgetting
had so
something.
much charm. Okay, what?
When they meet up at the bowling alley and Priyanka walks in and we find out that Alex knew Priyanka before, but they kept that under wraps.
Yeah, I don't like that. I wanted them to know.
Yeah, because he likes brunettes. He likes girls with darker skin and eyes, and that's his like look. He's into that. He's either slept with Priyanka or wanted to sleep with Priyanka, and that's going to come out. And then Ashley's going to go, "You've kept this like a secret this whole time," and that's when they're donezo.
And you're so right. 1, 2, I need the girls and the guys meeting up outside of them to talk about the issues. I need fallout scenes of the women and the men. Like if Alex isn't going to confront Ashley about the dad, I need him to go with the boys somewhere and be like, her fucking dad is a fucking nightmare.
Like he's a nightmare.
And she didn't, because this is like an actual real concern that I would have is like, you didn't defend me to your family. Like you let me get like railroaded.
And you
that's
want
like
me
not
to
okay.
have
Like
children with you.
We're supposed to be partners. You're
Stuck
supposed
with
to have my
them
back. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
nope. Yeah.
Like, that's not okay. You know what I mean? And so like, that's bad. You know what I mean? Like,
that's bad. That's the name of your next podcast. That's bad.
But that's bad. I'm sorry.
But that's bad.
And I need more follow-up with the girl. And then when the girls at the beginning of the bowling alley were like, these guys are too short and ugly to like fucking say that we're ugly. Like, you know, I was like, yes, love it. Like, I need more scenes of that where they're like, I needed the girls to rally around Jessica to be like, you're not fat. Like, you know what I mean? I needed that.
By the way, she's so tiny. What is this guy talking about?
She weighs like 110 pounds. He's a pig. He's a chode-having pig.
You know what I think? I think after this, she's going to find some dynamite person. The reunion's going to happen. She's going to be like pre-engaged.
This supermodel that I'm engaged to.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's going to be like the hottest guy ever. And she's like, and he has a 10-inch penis, unlike, what's his name? Who had a 3-inch penis, a micro
Chris.
penis.
Yeah. Anyway. All right, what's going on everything in your world right now?
Oh my God. We just put out an episode trying to fix Victoria Beckham.
Oh.
Does she need fix? Not really, but like where we talked all about that. We have some good. Ashley Tisdale's coming down the pike soon. Kate Beckinsale. We have some good episodes coming up with some new guests.
Needs it. Yeah,
with some new guests of people that some new people that we haven't recorded.
Oh, fun!
So that's exciting. Always exciting.
New in the rotation.
Yeah.
New in the rotation.
Yeah. But that's what we're doing. I'm living my life and
living your life,
watching this show and freaking the fuck out about it.
God bless. Okay, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me at the Chris DeRosa, and you can find my show at Fixing Famous People.
Thank you very much, Chris DeRosa.
My God, I'm scared. Thank you. Bye.
The amazing Kate Casey.
I want to thank Chris DeRosa as always, and make sure that you click subscribe. Please leave a 5-star review. These are very important. So if you have not done so, please do so. Make sure that you check out my What to Watch list at katecasey.substack.com. Again, go to katecasey.substack.com. All you have to do is plot in your email address. You're going to get the list every week of what to watch, and you will never have to miss out on anything great. Also, bonus episodes do not miss out on. It's on Apple Podcast and on Patreon at patreon.com/Kate Casey. Also, make sure that you check out my social media. I'm on Instagram at KatecaseyCA, TikTok, it's Kate Casey, Twitter Threads and Blue Sky at Kate Casey, Facebook group, Reality Life with Kate Casey. Make sure that you are in that as well. As always, I'm hoping that you're having a great week. Don't miss out about tomorrow's Saturday Series episode. And I've got so much stuff that's coming down the pipeline next week. You do not want to miss out. So again, make sure that you are subscribed.